Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, Reser Stadium, home to the Beavers, and you better get used to the sound of chainsaws as the fans here have been ready for this clash since early this morning. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Oregon State Beavers offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
To the air, it's McCoy. Setting up the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. At the 35, he's open. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Beavers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
That is the exact situation that every defense draws up. I want you in 3rd and long. I want you in a predictable passing situation. But I don't want you with that guy, because that guy can run around, scramble, buy time, make 3rd and long look like 3rd and short, and pick up a first down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Using his legs, it's McMillan. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
He's going to run it. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. The Beavers are moving quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. So Fresno State's offense will take the field for the first time. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football in a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback will audible. Trying to get the corner. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He'll pull it down, bringing the heat. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's hauled in at the 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
Loss of 3. Now, 4th down. Number 38 in punt formation to kick it away.
That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
7, Oregon State, 0.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Beavers will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Quarterback checking off. They'll try the toss to the left. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The Bulldogs will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
They'll throw it on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Reese, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. To throw, it's McCoy. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught behind the line. It's McMillan. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Third down coming up.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Catches it at the 15. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Trying to beat him to the left. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to get the edge on the toss. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Trying to escape and get it himself. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to move it through the air. He's moving out of the pocket. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Dropping back, it's Keene. Steps away to find some room. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from there in Corvallis. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Reser Stadium.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Rivers. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Comes out throwing on first down. Lets it fly. Still running at the 40. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They started this drive with a big play, but now they need a conversion to keep it alive on third down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Maybe just a shade out of their field goal range, so they'll lead the offense out there on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the run, still looking. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
He's looking deep. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Fresno State.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target, and that's already his second touchdown of the game. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Beavers will hustle to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's McMillan. Got room at the 35. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Defense playing a bail technique. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
And that did not.
On 3rd down.
Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 10 over the Pandas. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Trying to turn the corner on the right. At the 35, he's loose. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. They'll run the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
2nd down coming up.
That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To the air, it's Keene. Quarterback adapting. He throws back to the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Now the play fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
Man, how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
Man, they have been great on 4th down. A perfect 3 for 3. They'll try it again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Sends it downfield. And that ball is picked off. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
Strikes the blow. Touchdown, Fresno State. And the route is on. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 46, set to kick this one away.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something. Put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Looking downfield, it's McCoy. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes a move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the...
A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. 3rd down play from the gun. And the ball is picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab down the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Looking to throw, it's McCoy. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man downfield. Not a big window, and that throw was money, and they've got it at the 30. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good.
And the ball is intercepted. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
He throws it back to the left, a risky ball. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably wouldn't quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Getting some, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and they corral the ball, so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Incomplete, and the defense holds.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing. Extending the play.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake. And then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
Back to pass. It's Keene. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation